Good morning, mathematicians. We are looking at Lesson 3 for Unit 7. We are plotting more points, and we're thinking about some missing coordinates, okay? Here is our prompt. It says, here is a coordinate plane with some points labeled. Now, our task is to plot and label the 3 points that were given, and then to explain or show our reasoning. So let's go ahead and let's begin. Now I'm going to take a look at this point. This point is going to, from the origin, travel over 3 on the x-axis. This is my x-axis. And notice it is going to go up nothing on the y. Right? So the y communicates going up. We're not going to go up at all. Okay? So we're going to go from this, from my origin, we're going to go over 3. Now, if I know that this is going over 6, right, I know that about half of that distance is 3. So point 3, comma 0, let me write this down for us, would be right here. Okay, I'm going to show that today in blue. I'm going to kind of color coordinate my ordered pairs so that hopefully they'll be a little easier for you to see where we get these answers from. Okay, so we have done this one. We are done. I'm going to check that off with our 3, comma 0. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take a look at going over nothing, because our x is 0, but going up 2. Okay, so here is the origin. All movement starts from the origin. We're not going over anything. Our x is 0, but we're going to go up 2. Well, this point was going up 1, so I'm going to go up about that same distance, and I'm going to put a red mark here, and I'm going to go ahead and label this one, and I'm going to write that this was point 0, comma 2, because it was really just like double the distance up that this point was when we went up 1. Okay, so that is this coordinate, and I have put that in red. Now I'm going to switch to a nice green color, and this time we are going to travel both over and up. Notice from the origin we are going to go over 3. Well, that corresponds to what my blue point was, but now we're going to go up 2. Well, that corresponds to how far up my red dot was, which really it's not a dot, it is a coordinate point. Right here is where that green point is going to be, because notice I went over 3 like I went over on the blue, but I went up 2 like I went over on the red. So now, boys and girls, I have labeled all of those points. So I am ready to follow the rest of the direction, which was to explain or to show my reasoning. Okay, since I'm zoomed in, I'm going to go ahead and explain my reasoning up here. But of course, you will go ahead, you could write this where I am, or of course, underneath the explainer, show your reasoning. We are going to think about, first of all, that point, 3, comma 0, and notice I put it in parentheses. I took half the distance to, that was half the distance to the 6, comma 0, right? So we had 6, comma 0. And for 0, comma 2, I took twice the distance to 0, comma 1. Then, this is where we kind of combined the movements. Then, for 3, comma 2, that has the horizontal coordinate 3 and the vertical coordinate 2. So in this way, boys and girls, I have given my explanation, and my explanation really cites these specific points that are on the grid. Because in this cool down, that's really what my objective is to be thinking about where these points exist in space and using the grid almost like a map to communicate the movement.